And now remember, there's a choice to be made for the vice president. September 9th is the election date, and before that, parties will have to choose their candidates. Remember, the NDA is set to be holding a meeting on Tuesday over the vice president selection. This, of course, would be after the BJP meeting that's set to take place tomorrow. But the NDA meeting will take place on Tuesday, is what we're learning. This would be over the vice president, a candidate that the BJP will select, and the NDA government or the NDA ally parties will be meeting and discussing about the candidate and of course unanimously selecting their candidate for the vice president position. This is the latest we're tracking for you as far as the vice president election is concerned. My colleague Akhilesh joins us with more details. Akhilesh, what can we expect from the NDA meeting? It's slated for Tuesday.
Well, tomorrow is going to be the crucial day as far as the next vice president is concerned, because BJP's parliamentary board, which is the highest decision-making body of the party, is going to meet at the party headquarters in the evening under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It will be attended by BJP President JP Nadda, Home Minister Amit Shah, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, and other senior leaders of the parliamentary board. In that meeting, it is expected that the BJP is likely to finalize the candidate for the next vice presidential election, which is taking place on the 9th of September. And the next meeting of the NDA MPs is happening on Tuesday, which will actually endorse, in a way, the candidate selected by the BJP, because on August 7th, all the floor leaders of the NDA had a meeting in the Parliament House where they authorized Prime Minister Narendra Modi and BJP President JP Nadda to elect the next vice president. And that's why this meeting will be an endorsement. And on 21st August, which happens to be the last day of the monsoon session, the nomination will also take place, and we have been told by the sources that it will be a show of strength by the NDA, because in the nomination time, all the NDA CMs and the deputy CMs will be invited, so that to show that the NDA is united as far as the next vice president election is concerned.
Right. Thank you for joining us and bringing us those details. Now, as far as, remember, the BJP meeting is concerned, that's set to take place tomorrow as far as the vice president election is concerned. And remember, the BJP, once it chooses its candidate, the NDA meeting will take place on Tuesday. We'll, of course, continue tracking those updates for you as well. Let's take a look at the probables. Remember, the BJP is set to choose its candidate, and unanimously the NDA will be selecting the candidate for the vice president pick as well. Let's take a look at the probable names that are propping up from the BJP side that are perhaps going to be chosen. Remember, there are some front runners as far as the BJP is concerned. Let's take a look at the names. We'll just put them on the screens now. Firstly, the Acharya Devvrat is the governor of Gujarat. He is one of the main front runners when it comes to the vice president pick from the BJP side. There are more names that are coming up as well. As far as Thawarchand Gehlot is concerned, the governor of Karnataka, he could be the next pick as well. Remember, this of course comes after Dhankar had to step down. He of course cited health issues. Om Mathur, governor of Sikkim, another probable of the vice president candidate, perhaps one that the BJP could pick. Remember, we yet to know who the BJP is going to pick. That meeting, the crucial meeting, will take place tomorrow, and the important decision has been left with Prime Minister and JP Nadda. Now, Arif Mohammad Khan, governor of Bihar, is also another name that has propped up. These, of course, are speculatory. These are probable names that have propped up in discussions with these leaders. Manoj Sinha, Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor, also one of the names that have propped up as the probables for the BJP's pick for the vice president candidate. Now, VK Saxena, Delhi Lieutenant Governor, is another name that could probably be the vice president pick from the BJP. Remember, once the BJP decides on this, the top order, once they decide on this, there will be a unanimous decision that will be taken in the NDA meeting that takes place on Tuesday. Sheshadri Chari, RSS ideologue, will also be another probable, perhaps. This discussion will take place weighing the pros and cons and who is the best candidate from the BJP side for the vice president post. Remember again, this decision will be taken tomorrow when the BJP top brass meet with other BJP leaders. JP Nadda and Prime Minister will be the ones who will be deciding this, and then the rest of the BJP as well as the NDA meeting that takes place on Tuesday will be unanimously then agreeing on the candidate that they pick. Right now, as far as the NDA meeting is concerned, they will be huddling on Tuesday, is what we're learning. That's, of course, what we're tracking for you. This meeting will take place on Tuesday. Now, remember, the CMs and deputy CMs have all been called for this particular meeting, and they will be deciding on the vice president pick from the NDA side. My colleague Akhilesh still with us for more details. Akhilesh, what can we expect as far as this meeting is concerned? It is a crucial meeting that will take place on Tuesday. Interestingly, Akhilesh, all CMs and deputy CMs have been called for this meeting, so it will be a unanimous decision when they pick the vice president candidate.
Well, on Tuesday, all the NDA MPs of both houses of parliament, which is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, will be assembling at 9:30. This will be the second NDA parliamentary party meeting, because the first one took place last Tuesday, which was addressed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And after that, floor leaders of the NDA had a meeting where they authorized BJP President JP Nadda and Prime Minister Narendra Modi to decide the next vice president of India. And now this meeting, which is going to take place on Tuesday, is going to be parliamentary party meeting of NDA, where all the MPs will be attending this meeting. This is going to be the second and the last meeting of this current monsoon session, because the monsoon session is concluding on August 21st. And as I mentioned earlier, the nomination of the next vice president for the NDA candidate is likely to be filed on August 21st, which will be a show of strength by the NDA. On that day, all the NDA CMs and the deputy CMs are called, and also NDA top leaders will be presented there. They will be presenting a show of strength, showing that India is united as far as the next vice president is concerned. Because remember, the goal of the NDA is to win by maximum margin. When Jagdeep Dhankhar won the last vice presidential election, he won by the largest margin so far. So the BJP and the NDA would like to beat that its own record, and that is why the efforts are on to take the opposition parties also on board. But it is unlikely, because the opposition has made it very clear that it would like to fill its own candidate.